When we're trying to become better and happier, it's really important to take a close look at how we think and act every day. You see, sometimes we do things without even realizing it, and those things can stop us from getting where we want to be. It's like having roadblocks on the path to being our best selves. Now, there's this really old and wise philosophy called Stoicism that has some great ideas about how to live a good life. It's all about being strong, calm, and clear-headed, even when things aren't going our way. So, let's dive into 6 habits of thinking and acting that get in the way of being like that. If we can get rid of these habits, we can start living in a way that's more solid, focused, and meaningful. In our journey to grow and find fulfillment, it's crucial to look closely at the habits that shape our mindset. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we develop behaviors that hold us back from reaching our goals and living a truly satisfying life. Inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we're going to explore 6 mindset habits that can act as obstacles to our progress. By identifying and eliminating these habits, we can pave the way for a more resilient, centered, and purposeful existence. Before delving in, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel, not just as a viewer but as an active participant in this journey of self-improvement. Each segment of this video is a crucial step toward understanding and integrating Stoic practices into your life, helping you stand out in a world dominated by conformity and consumer culture. Number 1. Constant complaining. Let's talk about a common habit many of us fall into: complaining about things all the time, even the little stuff. It's like a reflex. Something goes wrong, and we immediately start grumbling about it. But here's the thing: constant complaining doesn't just affect our mood, it can also drain our energy and bring us down. Think about it. When we're always focusing on the negative, it's hard to see the good things around us. So, what's the alternative? Well, it's all about shifting our perspective. Instead of getting caught up in what's wrong, we can make a conscious effort to look for the positives in our lives. Maybe it's a sunny day, a kind gesture from a friend, or a tasty meal. There's always something to be grateful for if we look hard enough. Practicing gratitude isn't just about saying thank you once in a while, it's about truly appreciating the good things, big and small, that we have in our lives. When we focus on what we're thankful for, it's like we're rewiring our brains to see the world in a more positive light. And here's the best part: when we stop complaining and start appreciating, we free up our energy to do something productive and meaningful. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, we can channel that energy into making positive changes or helping others. It's a simple shift in mindset, but it can have a powerful impact on our overall well-being. Number 2. Seeking validation from others. Let's delve into another common habit: constantly seeking approval from other people to feel good about ourselves. It's like we're always looking for someone else to tell us we're doing okay. But here's the thing: relying on others to validate our worth can leave us feeling pretty shaky. What happens if they don't approve? Suddenly, we're left feeling insecure and unsure of ourselves. So, what's the solution? It's about turning our attention inward and finding validation from within. Instead of basing our self-worth on what others think of us, we can start by accepting ourselves just as we are. It's like giving ourselves a big hug and saying, "Hey, I'm pretty awesome just the way I am." But it's not just about self-acceptance, it's also about recognizing our own achievements and values. When we take pride in the things we've accomplished and the values we stand for, we don't need someone else to pat us on the back. We can do it ourselves. Cultivating self-validation isn't always easy, especially in a world where we're bombarded with messages telling us we need to be more, do more, have more. But by practicing self-acceptance and acknowledging our own worth, we can break free from the need for external validation and find a sense of confidence and fulfillment from within. Number 3. Fear of change. Let's dive into something that affects us all: the fear of change. You know, that feeling of discomfort that creeps in whenever we're faced with something new or different. It's like our brains are wired to resist anything that disrupts our comfortable routines. But here's the thing: change is inevitable. It's a constant presence in our lives, whether we like it or not. And when we resist it out of fear, we're essentially putting a roadblock in front of our own personal growth. So, how do we overcome this fear? It starts with shifting our perspective. Instead of seeing change as something to be feared, we can choose to embrace it as a natural part of life. Just like the seasons change and the tides ebb and flow, so too does our journey through life. But embracing change isn't just about accepting it, it's also about seeing the opportunities it brings. Every change, whether big or small, presents us with a chance to learn and grow. It's like a door opening to new possibilities, if we're brave enough to step through it, and that's where adaptability comes in. Cultivating adaptability means being flexible and open-minded in the face of change. Instead of digging in our heels and resisting, we can learn to roll with the punches and adapt to whatever life throws our way. So, the next time you find yourself facing a change, whether it's a new job, a move to a new city, or even just a change in routine, try to see it as an opportunity rather than a threat. By embracing change and cultivating adaptability, you can navigate life's transitions with resilience and grace. Number 4. Obsessing over the past or future. Have you ever found yourself stuck in a cycle of replaying past mistakes or fretting endlessly about what might happen in the future? It's like our minds have this tendency to get caught up in a never-ending loop of what-ifs and should-haves. But here's the thing: when we're busy dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, we're missing out on the only moment that truly matters, the present. It's like trying to drive a car while constantly looking in the rearview mirror or staring at the road ahead without paying attention to what's right in front of us. So, how do we break free from this cycle of rumination? It starts with mindfulness. Mindfulness is all about being fully present in the moment, aware of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. Instead of getting lost in our heads, we can learn to anchor ourselves in the here and now, focusing on the sights, sounds, and sensations around us. But mindfulness is just the first step. We also need to shift our focus from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future to taking action in the present. Instead of getting stuck in regrets or anxieties, we can focus on the things that we can control right now, whether it's making a small positive change in our lives or simply being kind to ourselves in this moment. By practicing mindfulness and focusing on the present moment, we can break free from the grip of rumination and live more fully in the here and now. So, the next time you catch yourself getting lost in thoughts of the past or future, take a deep breath, anchor yourself in the present, and remind yourself that this moment is all that truly matters. Number 5. Seeking revenge. Have you ever felt wronged by someone and just couldn't shake off the anger and desire for revenge? It's like a fire burning inside us, urging us to seek retaliation and make the other person pay for what they've done. But here's the thing: seeking revenge might feel satisfying in the moment, but in the long run, it only adds fuel to the fire of negativity and prevents us from moving forward. Holding on to grudges and harboring thoughts of revenge can consume us, draining our energy and clouding our judgment. Instead of focusing on growth and self-improvement, we become fixated on getting even, trapped in a cycle of bitterness and resentment. So, what's the alternative? It's forgiveness, not for the other person's sake, but for our own. Forgiveness isn't about excusing the other person's behavior or pretending that the hurt never happened. It's about releasing ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment, freeing up space in our hearts for healing and growth. But forgiveness isn't always easy. It takes time and effort, and it often involves confronting painful emotions head-on. It might mean acknowledging the hurt that someone has caused us and allowing ourselves to feel that pain without letting it consume us. It might also involve letting go of our desire for revenge and instead focusing on constructive ways to resolve conflicts and move forward. By practicing forgiveness, we can break free from the cycle of negativity and open ourselves up to new possibilities for growth and healing. So, the next time you find yourself tempted to seek revenge, take a moment to pause, breathe, and remember the power of forgiveness to set yourself free. Number 6. Focusing on material possessions for happiness. Have you ever found yourself thinking, "If only I had that new gadget or designer bag, I'd be happy"? It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that material possessions hold the key to happiness. After all, we're bombarded with messages telling us that we need the latest gadgets, fashion trends, and luxury items to feel fulfilled. But here's the truth: chasing after material possessions is like trying to catch a fleeting shadow. Sure, that new phone or fancy car might bring temporary pleasure, but it's often short-lived. Before we know it, we're on to the next shiny thing, always chasing after more in an endless cycle of consumption. Cultivating true happiness means shifting our focus away from material possessions and towards the things that truly matter: meaningful experiences, deep connections, and personal growth. Instead of spending our time and energy accumulating stuff, we can invest in experiences that nourish our souls and bring lasting fulfillment. This might mean spending quality time with loved ones, exploring new hobbies, or pursuing goals that align with our values and aspirations. It's about finding joy in the simple things: a beautiful sunset, a heartfelt conversation, or a moment of quiet reflection. And here's the best part: when we prioritize experiences over possessions, we often find that we're happier and more content than we ever were chasing after material things. So, the next time you find yourself tempted to buy into the idea that stuff equals happiness, pause and ask yourself what truly brings you joy in life. Chances are, it's not the latest gadget or designer label, but the moments and memories that money can't buy. In our journey towards personal growth and fulfillment, it's crucial to recognize and address the habits that hold us back. By taking a closer look at these 6 mindset habits rooted in anti-Stoic behaviors, we pave the way for a more resilient, centered, and purposeful life. First and foremost, embracing gratitude allows us to shift our focus from what's lacking to what we already have. This simple practice not only boosts our mood but also fosters a sense of abundance and appreciation for the blessings in our lives. Mindfulness, too, plays a vital role in our quest for growth. By cultivating awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and impulses, we gain greater control over our actions and reactions. This heightened awareness empowers us to make conscious choices aligned with our values and aspirations, rather than being swept away by the currents of circumstance. Adaptability is another key trait emphasized in Stoic philosophy. By embracing change as an inevitable part of life, we free ourselves from the shackles of fear and resistance. Instead of viewing challenges as obstacles, we see them as opportunities for growth and transformation, propelling us forward on our journey. Self-awareness rounds out the foundation of a Stoic mindset. By regularly reflecting on our thoughts, behaviors, and motivations, we gain valuable insights into ourselves and our place in the world. This deep introspection allows us to identify areas for improvement and chart a course towards personal growth and fulfillment. By committing to eliminating these anti-Stoic habits from our lives, we unlock our full potential and pave the way for a life of meaning and purpose. With gratitude, mindfulness, adaptability, and self-awareness as our guides, we can navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience, leading to greater fulfillment and joy. So, let us embrace the wisdom of Stoicism and embark on this journey of self-discovery and transformation. Together, let's cultivate the mindset habits that will empower us to live our best lives and make a positive impact on the world around us.